Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
Good, good.
Okay, so welcome to the commentary zone. Today we are going to be discussing Bling Empire Season 1, Episode 5, Private Lies. What'd you think about this episode?
For me, not much really happened. I
No.
mean, there was like this is one of those episodes. It's filler with some highlights. Is the best way I can put it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was only a few standout things for me, but we can go through it as we go through the episode.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those recaps that is not going to be too much because when you have a filler with
Mm-hmm.
highlights, there's not really too much to talk about. Versus like the first episode where there was a lot to cover because we were meeting new people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was a lot to learn about each of the individual characters, and there's quite a few characters, you
Hmm.
know. But in this episode, a quick summary. Kane, Kelly, Kim, Jamie are over at Guy's place, and they're planning a surprise party for Kevin. Um, the next day, Kane and Kevin go to breakfast. It's Baby G's first birthday party. Kevin organizes a beach bonfire with a shaman for everyone in the group. Um, we see Kim having like a conversation with her mom about bringing some closure to something that's happened to her in her life. Um, we see Kevin is at home at his apartment with Kane, and they're going through some goodies that he got from a friend of his. Christine hosts a leather party, hashtag keeping it tight. We see Kim, who has hired a private detective. Then we see Kevin scores a date with Kelly. Um, and then we see Kelly meeting up with Andrew. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the episode. Like, so not too much there, but what was some of your highlights? Would you say?
Um, at the birthday party for the surprise party for Kevin, um, when his mom shows up,
Hmm.
and the I love how they like greet her so much, so warm and so welcoming, and they get to know a little bit more about Kevin from his mom. Like, I think it was Kelly who said, I see where he gets some of his sense of humor from because
Hmm.
he has her wit. And then I thought it was so sweet, that Kane, you know, said, Kevin is so nice, he's truly a great friend to me. And she's like, she takes this all in, and she's proud of her son, and
Yes.
she likes his friends.
Hmm.
And when the issue comes up with Kim with regards to saying that she's so surprised that she's allowing Kevin to find his birth parents, that, she wants that same closure. She lost touch with her dad when she was 8, and
Hmm.
she's fearful of asking her mother because she doesn't think she would like it, that she would get
Hmm.
upset. And how the mothering kicks in with his mom, and she goes, "Your mom loves you. She wants you to be happy. If you need closure, she's going to support it." And I think all of them, like, the Asian culture so reveres their elders. And in that one scene, friend or foe, whoever you got beef with, they look to his mom with such genuine respect. Um, that was like a pivotal scene for me in this episode.
I mean, she just gave great advice, and I think the best thing is that she was able to let not Kelly, Kim know
Mhm.
in that moment that it's okay for you to want this because she felt guilty because she's like, should I be wanting this? I mean, I have a great mom, a great stepdad. Like, is it okay for me to want to know? And like his mom, Kevin's mom, let her know it's okay. It's
Mhm,
okay. Like you're not doing anything wrong. I think she just really need to hear that from
mhm,
someone else.
mhm. Yeah. Like, and someone who is a mom, you know?
Hmm.
It's one thing coming from her friends, but someone who is a mom, and especially someone who's going through the same process,
Good point. Yeah.
you know? And that his mom doesn't feel like betrayed because he's going to look for a part of his past. She's
Exactly.
confident in who she is and a place in his life, the place that she has in Kevin's life. And I think that is what was key, because if any of her friends had said that, I don't think she would have believed it. Because,
I agree.
yeah, because Kevin told her, the reaction from his mom. I don't think she believed it. So when his mom voiced it, she was like, okay, maybe I can attempt this
Hmm.
with my
Like
mom.
more,
Hmm.
just a little more confidence in her. Like she's like,
Hmm.
okay, I can talk to her now. I can
Yeah.
breathe. So I was happy
Hmm.
for her.
Yeah. Um, Let me tell you, Kane is so shady. When they went to breakfast the next morning and he orders a whole bunch of stuff, and Kevin's like, who's gonna eat all of this? Like, and then says, I left my wallet at home. Are you gonna pay for
Right?
this?
Can you pay for this? Now you not argue like, can you pay for this? I'm like, can.
Kane don't go nowhere without his wallet. Like, really?
Right. Exactly.
But during that breakfast, I thought it was cute again because they start talking about the birthday party. And Kevin tells Kane that, his mom really loves his friends. And, they made a joke about how she said Kelly had the small hips. And Kane says that sounded something like an Asian parent would say,
Right.
and Kane has genuine respect for for Kevin's mom, you
Oh yeah,
know.
you can tell.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was cute. It was a small, stupid, inconsequential scene, but there was just a couple of little things in there that I really, really loved. Um, Next, oh my God, baby G's first birthday party.
I'm like, you're just doing the most. I'm like, he is 1 years old. 1 year old, excuse me. Like, what are you doing? This was a party for her. She should just owned it. It was a party for her and her husband's business, and y'all should just called it what it was. Y'all so wrong. Y'all so wrong for that.
I love this party though. I just loved it. It was at the Caton Children's Museum in Santa Monica. Um, Let me tell you some of the
Oh
things they
man,
had
I had to
there.
backtrack.
Oh
I had
my
to
god.
backtrack. I was thinking I got his birthday
Oh,
party mixed
not the leather party.
with
It's her
another
birthday
party.
party.
They had two parties in this
Yes.
episode. So the party was over the top. It was over the top. I was just like, you're not gonna remember this though.
But again, you were right. This party is for her because she admits, I'm going to go over the top because he's going to be an only child.
That was I was like, oh, you didn't decide that,
Yes, she
and I
did.
think that's
Yes,
gonna
she
come back.
did.
I think that's gonna come back. I'm gonna say it now. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling if she keeps pushing this only child business, that he gonna find him a surrogate or two.
Mhm. Mhm. But the the party is amazing. Like, I wanted to
Mhm.
be invited.
Oh yeah.
Um Anna was there, which I was surprised to see. She has virtual reality machines. She has puppet shows. She has a customized surf shop. She has a Gucci claw machine with Gucci bags in it. There's food, there's a mural painter. She's even doing donations on behalf of each guest so that the money will go towards having underprivileged children get admission to the museum.
Hmm.
Damn. But she's also doing this for two purposes. That part about the donation, that's going on his preschool application to show that
Right.
he's philanthropic
That's
at
how
years
that
old.
was. That was. I laughed. I'm like, well, he's a philanthropist at one. Okay.
And she also notes that this gift, the donation thing, was way more expensive than what she did at the Chinese New Year party on
Mhm.
Rodeo Drive. Damn.
Right.
Um, Anna had a few choice words. She's like you. She's in agreement with you. She says that the party is way too much for a 1-year-old. It's contrived, but she's determined to have fun. And then she dives headfirst into a ball pit with Kevin. I swear she cracked open her head. Oh my God,
Uh,
that ball looks
right.
so dangerous for an elderly
And then
person.
and then Christine was mad. Like Anna just is so used to being the center of attention, and she was just all huffy and walked away. I was like, okay.
Overreacting as usual because that in no way made her the center of attention because everything else around in the party was still
Mhm.
going on. You know, maybe she was the center of Kevin's attention because he thought she hit her head. But that's about it. She's got such a hard on for Anna. She needs to stop. Um, let's see. Next. Okay, next is the beach scene. Kevin organizes a bonfire and invites a shaman. I can't remember his name. Duncan?
Dooku? I thought it was Dooku.
Dooku? Something like that. He invites a shaman, Durek. Shaman Durek.
There you go.
So that it could help the group. But basically, he wants it to help Kelly so she could
Right.
exercise her demon called Andrew.
Exactly. Like we talked about before the show. We all know Kevin told uh Durek all their business.
He was so spot on with you know what? He should get together. Durek, Shaman Durek should get together with Master Yang.
Right. That would be a good team.
Yeah, but I think even though we're making light of it, it seemed to have helped her,
Mhm.
you know, process some things, because it seems like they're open to all sorts of holistic treatments, um, you know, fortune telling, all of that jazz. They're open to it. So I think they all have fun with it. When they get to Jamie, he says that she's too hard on herself. And she relates this to, yes, you know, because I had such a hard time this morning trying to decide between 2 luxury handbags, and the group falls out. Oh
Yeah,
my
I did too. I
god.
was like, what?
You
Like,
went
I
from
like,
somebody so serious as with
mhm.
Kelly to her, like, oh,
It was
geez.
either the nude or and they all just fell out. They couldn't help it.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous, I still can't relate, but I love watching.
Mhm.
Um, Next we see Kim. She's taking selfies on the lawn, and her mom comes for well, joins her on the lawn because I'm not sure whose house that is.
I thought it was her mom and I thought it was her mom and her stepdad's
Step
house.
stepdad. Okay, so the mom helps her with some pictures to post on social media, and apparently her mom is really good at showing her how to show off her boobies.
Right. She keeps saying,
But
"Show
then
more, show more."
I
They look
know.
better. They look better. They look better that way. I was like, "All right, mom."
But she had to admit she was right,
Right.
you know? But based on how Kevin's mom encouraged her, she now builds up enough guts to ask her mom if it's okay if she can look for her father
Mhm.
for closure. And she tells her that she loves her, that, you know, she doesn't want to hurt her. You know, she's everything, and Dan treats her like his own. You know, she really tries to reassure her. To me, it felt like she wanted to keep talking so her mother would not say no. Kinda, you know?
I know what you're saying, but her mom was so supportive, and
Mhm.
it was great. It was just I was so happy for her. Now she can really go for it and be comfortable.
Yep. And like Kevin's mom said, "Your mom loves you. She wants you to be happy." And that's what her mom said, you know? she wants her to be happy.
Exactly.
Good parenting. Yay. Okay. So next we see Kevin. He's in his apartment and Kane is there. And they've received an invitation to Christine's leather party. Now, this is the business party because it's for her
Right.
husband's. Um, he's a plastic surgeon, I think.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah. So it's his party because he's got some new equipment at his office. And so hashtag keep it tight refers to keeping the vajayjay tight, keep your face tight, keep your body tight, keep everything tight and right. So they're displaying and demonstrating some of these new machines that they have at the office. And Kevin's trying to put together his outfit and got some stuff from a friend of his who's into leather. When he opens the suitcase, it's a bunch of BDSM outfits and paraphernalia. And Kevin doesn't quite seem to know what they are.
Right. That was the funny part.
He's all of 37 years old and he's never seen any of this. And I don't care what you tell me. That's a lie.
I think he knows what some of that stuff is. Like he may not have used any of it, but I think he knows what some of that stuff is,
Oh my
or he knows what it's used for. I'll put it that way.
God. So they go through that. They decide on a harness for him to wear, yada, yada. And the big decision is whether he should have his nips in or out. Good
Right.
Lord. But he also brings up that he wants to ask Kelly out.
Which
Oof.
is good. Which is good. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't have done it simply for the reasons Kane said. Like they go back and forth. Like
Hmm.
you guys go out, have a great time, you're happy, and then a week later she's back with Andrew. I wouldn't have asked her out just for that. But I can understand like why he wanted to. He was just hoping he would be the guy for her to fall into and get over him.
I think it's too soon.
Oh yeah, way too soon.
Too soon. Bad call, but okay. Um, it's now the night of the leather party. And at this party, Christine has a Botox bar, a machine that tightens the pelvic floor. Um, Christine, I think that's the one that no, Kelly tries out and just stays on it.
Right.
Um, there's a lot of stuff there. They're showing off the entire office and probably taking appointments as well if they're
Hmm.
smart. Um, Kevin shows up and shows off his little harness outfit. And Kane looks cute. He has on a leather jacket with lace underneath. It's really cute. Um, let's see. Christine gives a toast. Um, and she mentions those folks that get anally excited. And this
Hmm.
is Anna's name.
Right.
And but Anna's not offended. And she feels that Christine has no boundaries.
Right. And I like the fact that she said like the people who talk about sex really aren't having it or are very unhappy in it. I'm like, well,
Mhm.
oops.
I think she hit that one on the head with
Right.
Christine.
Hmm.
So then like the toast is done and they get together at their table. And then Christine asks Anna about her sex life. Like they're not friends like that.
Right. And she was just doing it to be petty and just use and to dig. I'm like, not
Yeah.
necessary.
Because Kim told her that while she was at Anna's house, she found a book on anal and then about the pump
She
that they
yeah, the
found in
pump.
her bathroom. So Christine thinks she's using this information and being slick, when in truth and fact, you're just being stupid because Anna's not like engaging.
Yeah, she's not offended. She's not going to give you the satisfaction at the end of the day.
I wish she would get that though. Like everybody else is reading that except her.
Agreed.
Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. Kevin asked Kelly to whip him, but she misses the mark and
Twice.
points. I know. Like,
Twice.
I know he had to feel that one when she hit his testicles, like,
Yeah.
seriously. But he takes her off to the side privately and, actually asked her out. She said, "Yeah."
I was surprised she said yes, honestly.
Kevin is so confident in himself because he's like, "All Kelly need is some Asian D again."
Right. And then and that and he said his go-to is pancakes. Excuse me?
Yeah,
That's
thank God he
I'm
didn't do that.
like, what kind of girls do you hang out with that like they
Yeah.
have pancakes and they just fall in the bed? I've never heard that before.
I thought that was weird. What are you putting in your pancakes?
Exactly. What kind of recipe are you using, sir?
Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, so he's happy. He's got his date with Kelly. Um, we see Kim has hired a private investigator to find her father, and she asked Kevin to go with her to the initial meeting.
Mhm.
Um, the private investigator is James Schmidt. Schmidt. I hope I'm close enough. And Kim brings a packet of info, all the information that she has on her father. She brings that to him. Kevin asks about how long will it take. He says, couple of days. Then the private investigator asks, "How do you want me to handle this if I find him? Do you want me to talk to him and be the intermediary, or do you want me to give you all of the information and then you contact him?" He lets her know the pitfalls. Like, he could find this man and he could want to have nothing to do with you.
Right.
And I appreciated him, saying all of the possible things that could happen. And so when Kevin asked him, like, what's the best case scenario, James says, if he's dead.
Right. I was like, okay, that's wow.
But when he explains why, he says then she can create her own story and it will not hurt her and she will get the closure that she needs.
Mhm.
And I
I
was
understood
like,
when he explained.
I like this dude.
Yeah, when he explained it that way, I'm like, oh, I got you. It
Mhm.
made sense.
Mhm. Because if, the guy's alive and he says, "No, I don't want anything to do with her. She didn't want to
Right.
pick me." How
Oof.
heartbreaking is that?
Yeah, that would cause her some trauma. So I understand why he said that
Mhm.
now.
Mhm. So he's gonna go and use this information she gives him, um, and he's gonna start the search. So hopefully we'll see in the coming episodes what comes of it.
Mhm.
Lord, if he's not dead, please let him be open to seeing this girl.
Right.
Damn. Okay, so it's the night of the big date. Thank God Kevin decides not to do laced pancakes and he decides to take her salsa dancing.
Which was cool. I mean, like I thought it was a nice fun thing, a little out of the box for a first date. I was with it until he tried to kiss her, and she almost broke her neck trying to avoid that.
It was cute, not once, but twice.
Well, technically 3 times
It
because I
was
think he tried to kiss.
three times.
Because he tried to. I think he tried to kiss her like when they were parting ways. Like he was like,
Oh,
"Oh,"
yeah. He
I was
thought
like,
he could go in, and she's just
I was
like,
like,
"Bye."
right. I was like, because
And
she
he's
still
like,
think.
"Well," and I think he was expecting her to drive him home.
Mhm.
Why doesn't he have a car?
Depending on where you live in LA, I don't think you really need a car.
He has a skateboard.
Mhm.
He he
But
he he needs to get a car. He needs to use this money from Bling Empire and get a car.
I'm sure he will.
Oh my god. Next we see Kelly's in the park with her dog Kilo, which I think is a very interesting name for that dog. And who do we see coming down the pathway? None other than Andrew. I was so disappointed in her. But I think the date with Kevin led to this. That's why I
Yes.
think it was too soon.
Right. Agreed.
Because she said when they were parting, she was like, "Physically, I'm here with Kevin, but in my head, I'm with Andrew." Are you
Right.
for real?
I was just like, oh, bad move, girl, bad move. Bad move. I'm like, no, not Andrew. Don't do it.
I don't know. And then they're sitting down and they're talking and, they're catching up on how they're doing. He says that he understands that there are reasons why they broke up, but there are lots of reasons why they should have stayed together. And she's like, dude, we were in a bad cycle. That's why we needed to take the time apart and break up. Like, I don't, he just rubs me the wrong way. He gives off
Yeah,
bad vibes.
yeah, he just does.
And what disappoints me is when she says maybe they can use the time. Um, wait, no, he says that she's his best friend. And, don't forget the good times. And
Hmm.
she replies that they can use that to build a foundation. Foundation for what
Of
if y'all
what?
broken up?
There is no foundation. It's like she just wants to. Like I agree that she just wants to fix him, and it's just like I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. At this point, I'm kind of over like this part of her storyline. To be honest, I just
Mhm.
am.
I mean,
And
I'm not telling her to get together with Kevin, but it
no,
was so easy for you to brush off Kevin, but it was so easy for you to hug Drew.
yeah,
And the very last scene, as he's leaving her, he says, "I love you," very loudly. And she's
mhm,
walking away and she says very quietly, "I love you" back.
right.
Like, I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, I honestly didn't appreciate her meeting with him in the first place. That's just where I'm at with this couple, non-couple, because it's a
Mhm.
back and forth. It's not healthy. You're trying to make something work that shouldn't work, and it just gets exhausting when you can see as a viewer like this is just not good for you, and you even said this is not good for you, but you still want to go
Mhm.
back. Like, why would you? I don't see the appeal of being disrespected on a consistent basis. I just don't.
I'm just disappointed because I thought she was smarter than this.
That too.
Just thought she was smarter than this. And it doesn't seem like they are taking the time apart to actually fix the issues that is wrong with themselves.
Exactly.
And they're just going to come back together and be the same old malfunctioning individuals back
Exactly.
in the same cycle.
Mhm.
Oh, well. And that was the episode. Bling Empire Season 1, Episode 5, Private Lies. Let us know what you thought about this episode. Give us some comments in the comment section below. We read them, we engage and go back and forth with you guys. We love hearing your viewpoints on things. If you liked the review, please give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be alerted every time
Mhm.
we send out new content. And tell your friends. We want to hear more viewpoints.
And if you have any
Until
suggestions,
Mhm.
if you have any suggestions for shows, put those in the comments as well.
Yes, we take new suggestions all the time. This particular show was suggested by our friend Ablavi, and she picked a winner, honestly.
She really did. I
Mhm.
really like the show, so we're grateful for the suggestion.
Yep. So until next time,
All right, bye.
bye.